everyone, and welcome to Module 1, where I will be teaching you the importance of a business plan and how to lay the groundwork of finding your commercial space. My name is Irina Brooks, and I am a co-founder and partner of the real estate department at Henry Brooks, LLP. Little Jamaica on Eglinton West is a place I hold dear to my heart. I love the community. I grew up in this area. One of my father's first jobs coming to Canada was working for Mr. Spence at Spence's Bakery, and I frequented the area quite a bit. I still recall our weekly Saturday visits to Randy's Patties and just being in the community and having that sense of home in Little Jamaica. I am so excited to be here today to teach you the importance of a business plan and how you can hopefully commence and start your business in this area, just like all of the other people who have come here before to do this. So a couple things I wanted to review with you is one, the importance of a business plan. So you may be thinking, well, why do I need a plan? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You want to ensure that your business plan is a cohesive, detailed plan of all of your finances that you require. Factor in your rent payments every month. If you are purchasing this property, your mortgage, your insurance, you want to make sure that you have an insurance policy in place in the event there were any incidents with your patrons frequenting the property, or even if God forbid you get sued. I am a lawyer, so I have to bring those things up. You also want to ensure that you plan out your market, your target market. If you're opening a business in this area, is this the area that you're going to have a booming business? Is it the right fit? Just because you're owning a business in an area doesn't mean that it's going to be successful. You have to do that research. You need to research the individuals who reside in the area, the individuals who work in the area. What type of businesses are out here currently? Are you going to have any competitors in this community? All these things are crucial to review in a business plan. It will assist you in maximizing your profits. With proper planning, especially on the financial side, you will be able to review your targeted expenses, your targeted income, and whether you can afford to operate the business. I will also help you with minimizing risk. So as you all know, there's currently a large amount of construction taking place with the LRT and the Metrolinx project, which is a never-ending project. So you want to make sure that this construction is not prohibiting you from operating your business in the event there were lane closures. If there's limited parking, are your patrons going to be able to access your property? So these are things that you want to take a look at to minimize any risks, or making sure that you aren't minimizing your profits while this construction is taking place. Lastly, you want to ensure that you have a succession plan. You want to make sure that this business is here for the long haul. And you will do that by making sure you have plans in place in the event you ever sell the business, or in the event that someone is going to take over. If you are going to partner with someone else, you want to make sure you're always documenting your plan and ensuring that everything is in place for a successful business. Now we'll go into a detailed overview of how you can commence your business. So we are going to start with creating a business plan. The number one thing we want to start with is conducting market research. You want to make sure that you have done all of the work in looking into your neighboring community to make sure this is the perfect place for conducting your business. So you want to start at looking at leasing costs. A lot of you are going to be renting your property from a landlord who's owning the property and is going to rent it out to you. And you want to ensure that you can afford to pay the monthly rent on this property. There are going to be costs such as taxes, maintenance, insurance, utilities. You would need to do the work to make sure you can actually afford it. What I would suggest you commence with is going onto realtor.ca, which is a public website that anyone can access, and you can enter in the commercial space, the postal code of the desired property area that you're looking to rent from. And you can see all of the current listings that are currently available and what the price point is if you were to rent from them. So this will assist you in ensuring that the affordability is met for your unit. If you're purchasing, same thing. You can go use that same website and you can review the current listings and the purchase prices for commercial spaces. If they are within your price range and you want to proceed, I would next suggest that you conduct real estate research through working with an agent. So an agent can find past rents. They can find out how much business owners have paid in rent to lease or own other properties, and they would be able to give you precise information on what you're looking at to pay, and they can even look at historical or comparable rates to ensure that you're not overpaying for your space. Another type of market research that you should definitely do when you are starting your business plan is that you need to look at the community. You need to see the types of businesses that are currently there. You want to make sure that you're not the fifth patty shop down the line if all of the other known ones are doing well. You really need to stand out in the market. So you need to make sure whatever product or service that you're offering, that there's a need for it in the community, especially because there are some industries that are already maxed in that area, and you want to make sure that you're profitable. Another thing to look at is the property features when you're looking at your business. So if you're going to be operating a hair salon, let's just say, and you know that there's going to be a great plumbing need for multiple sinks and multiple outlets, but you won't have space to put more than 2 hairdressing styling chairs in your spot, it's probably not the space for you. So you need to make sure that when you are looking at these units that you can envision and do the planning and look at the amenities that are available. Is there parking available? Do you need an elevator? Or is your business going to have accessibility issues? You want to look at, is there maintenance involved? Are you going to have to shovel the snow? Or is the city going to do it? Or is your landlord going to do it? All of these things are important because they are going to factor in the success of your business. In other market research, you also want to look at the people in the neighboring communities. What people live in the area? What is their cultural background? What is their age? What is their gender? Are there enough of these people in the community to visit your business and to patronize your business? So you want to make sure that you definitely put in the work to look at the research and look at the demographics in the area prior to starting your business. The next thing you want to do is network with local business owners. There are many local business owners in this particular community. I would say that most of the owners on Eglinton West are independent small stores. There's not many franchises. So you want to make sure that you network with these owners and ask them questions like, how did you survive the pandemic? What were some tips that you did, when you were in a shortage? How were you able to overcome? How did you pay your finances? Asking them, how are the neighbors? You don't want to rent out a unit where, you may have someone living upstairs above your unit and they're blasting music while you're trying to run like a yoga studio. So you want to make sure that you speak with the owners and find out, how is the community? How are the neighbors? How does the city treat the area? Is it friendly? Are the patrons friendly? You want to make sure that you're finding out, and you also want to know how they've led their success to their business. So speaking with them prior to moving into a commercial spot is definitely a necessity to make sure that you're able to have a successful business. Identifying your target demographic. Touching back on what I went through on the conduct your market research portion, just to go a little bit more deeper in this area, you want to make sure that your target audience lives in the community or is actually neighboring to the community, or they are willing to travel to the community to purchase your product or service. Because if they aren't, you aren't going to be successful. So you want to think outside of the box when you're doing this. A couple of things to consider are, do you have a virtual product or do you have a in-person product or service? If, God forbid, another pandemic came, how would you be able to navigate the pandemic? We have to start pivoting and thinking of multiple ways to source income in your business. Another thing is cultural relevance. As most of you know, the Little Jamaica area is predominantly, Jamaican people of Jamaican descent or people that come straight from Jamaica to live here. So you want to make sure that the product or service that you are offering is something that they could relate to. Many of the stores that are currently there have some cultural value, and you want to make sure that you bring cultural value to your business. Another thing is also having effective marketing. I know that social media is the norm now, and a lot of people are teaching branding, and I know there's another module touching on that, but you also want to make sure that you're part of the community events in this community. Every summer, Little Jamaica has a bunch of community events for patrons to, spotlight their businesses. And I think it's a great way that you as a business owner can get some marketing to assist in building your business. You want to make sure that your business plan does touch on how you're going to get your target audience to the business, and using events such as the community events that Little Jamaica has, or any local spotlights, to ensure that your business shines and that you're able to be successful. Analyzing consumer behavior. So another thing you want to study is your target person. So let's just say your target consumer is a 40-year-old that loves lifestyle trends, and you're looking at opening, let's just say, a hair salon. You want to make sure that the business that you're operating here is a business that is going to thrive, and that you're showing that you are one of one, that there's no other business like yours. So you need to have a unique trend or a unique product or service that you're offering so that your business will shine through, whether it's a hair salon, whether it's a veterinary clinic, whether it's a restaurant, whatever you're planning to open here. You need to ensure that there's a unique trend that you're offering, and that you're analyzing what the consumer may want or desire from your store. You also want to ensure that the product or service that you're offering is impacting the community. You want to make sure that it has an impact, and it's not just going to be the fifth pharmacy, or, as I mentioned, the fifth patty store in the community. You really want to make sure that you've done the work and ensure that there is some type of impact that you're bringing. Financial planning for your business. This is a huge topic, and it is crucial, if you do not do anything else I said in this video, that you really ensure that you plan for your business. Many times we are making money in our business. We think that it is great and the revenue is wonderful, but there is also high expenses in a business. So if you are making money, you're also spending a lot of money. So you want to make sure that you are not spending money on things you don't need. And you want to ensure that you're spending money on things that are actually going to help your business grow, and then also personally pay you so you can make some money from this too. After all, that's why you're doing this. So it is crucial to plan out your finances. So as I mentioned briefly earlier, we're going to go a little deeper and dive into this. You want to ensure that you are calculating your lease or your mortgage for your commercial space. You want to ensure that you are calculating your insurance, your utilities. You will have a water bill, heat, gas. You may have to pay hydro, if it's not included. You want to ensure that all these utilities are being paid. You're going to have taxes that you're going to be paying. You will also likely have staff. You will have to pay them payroll, wages, hourly or on a salary. You will have to pay for materials for your product. So ensuring that all of those are calculated for, because they are necessary in order to conduct your business. You also want to ensure that you're projecting your revenue. So yes, it's great to bring in all this money, but you need to plan on goals that you need to achieve financially and how you're going to achieve those goals. So working with a financial planner or an accountant are key to ensure your success with your business. So ensuring that you're planning your business cohesively and working with a financial planner, getting your market research conducted, working on your target demographic, all of those items are definitely going to assist you to have a thriving business with a lasting impact. You want to ensure that your business is going to have an impact on the Little Jamaica community, and that you're going to be successful in planning. So ensure that you have a business plan and that you work with professionals to get this done so that your business is successful.